All right, guys, check out this bad boy right here. Not just any bad boy, but the Virtual Boy. That's right. It finally came in. So yeah, I ordered this last week, and it actually only took a few days for this to arrive. I was thinking you're ordering it from Nintendo Shop, so I don't know where it directly came from, but it said it. I think I ordered it on Tuesday. I want to say last week, and it ended up coming in on Saturday, even though it was supposed to show up on Monday. So it came a lot sooner than it was supposed to. But yeah, this is it's a pretty good size. It's a pretty big headgear here, and you got to have the NSO or whatever to make it work, which is fine because I already have it. But yeah, there it is, the Virtual Boy right there. Can't freaking wait to play it. But this isn't the only thing that I ended up getting myself. I also got another Nintendo Switch 2 as well. Got me another Nintendo Switch 2. The prices are going to go up. I believe it's been confirmed that there's going to be a price hike for this. And I've been wanting to get a second one. Now, the main reason I wanted a second one is because I did not transfer the data. I didn't transfer my Nintendo account from my original Nintendo Switch to my Nintendo Switch 2 because I was under the assumption that once I did that, I was no longer going to have any of it on my Nintendo Switch. Kind of like when I transferred my Nintendo Wii account to the Wii U, and it just left the Wii being dead and empty. And I was afraid that was going to happen in this case. But apparently, after doing some research, you kind of just copy it. It copies and pastes your account, so I actually can get my Nintendo account copied and pasted from my Nintendo Switch to this Nintendo Switch 2. So I decided to just buy another one to do that. And for those thinking why, well, because I have a lot of Switch games that can easily be upgraded to a Switch 2 edition. Like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I got Metroid Dread, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do a Switch 2 edition of the Metroid Dread game. Can't wait for that. What else? There's even there's the Big Brain Academy. That's a pretty cool game to play every now and then, just to sharpen your brain a little bit. But yeah, so got me Virtual Boy and a Nintendo Switch 2. So that's a lot of money that I spent. I think I spent a total of like $500 and so on this Nintendo Switch 2, and of course $100 on that. So yeah, definitely spent a lot of money. That's not the last of it though. I also got this right here. It's a 9-in-1 accessory toolkit for the Nintendo Switch 2. It's pretty cool. It's got like these little controller attachments. You put the Joy-Cons in and whatnot, so y'all can play on the same screen or whatever. So you take this at work or whatever, and you want to play a multiplayer game with your coworkers to show off how cool this thing is. You can do that. You got the carrying case. You got this charging dock for the actual Joy-Cons themselves. Really cool stuff right there. I'm guessing that's just a hard case that goes around the actual Switch 2 entirely with Joy-Cons attached and everything. And that right there, that might be like a kickstand that also works as a charger or something. You got the cartridge carrying case right here. Now, I've made a video about how you should just get a game physically and digitally instead of just carrying your physical copies with you, because if you imagine carrying this thing, you got 3 or 6 games, right? That looks like you could put 6, actually more. That's like that could hold 12 games. Imagine losing 12 games because you put them all in this thing, but you lose this specific thing. You have it sitting on a counter, and you just you forget about it whenever you go out traveling. I don't know. it happens. People, small items get lost pretty easy. So, me personally, I won't be using anything like that. Hopefully, never, unless it's going to a friend's house or a family member's house. Then maybe. But I would rather just get the game again digitally. Just buy it again digitally. That's it's good to have a game digitally and physically, especially if you're not trying to have like a library of 50 to 100 games. You know, you get the screen protectors as well. I think there's like two that come in here. Actually, right here it kind of shows you everything that comes in this entire thing. So you got the storage case, controller grip, console charging dock, silicone thumbstick cover, controller, steering wheel, Joy-Con charging dock, one, and charging cable one. Okay, there's a charging cable. So crystal case, game card case, tempered film. So yeah, you got quite a bit of stuff in here. It's really cool, very useful accessory. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I've gotten myself for the Switch 2, as well as the additional Nintendo Switch 2, which is where I'm gonna transfer my original Switch data to. That way, I'll be able to enjoy Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom with those better enhancements and whatnot. I'm probably also gonna get that Kirby and the Forgotten Land DLC, that Switch 2 edition of Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I'll probably get that one as well. Start playing that. And yeah, there we go. This is the main event or whatever. This is the star of the show today, though, is the Virtual Boy. And let me just say this: everyone out there who's got a Nintendo Switch 2 definitely needs to get this. It's not just because it's an awesome piece of history, not just because it's like a relic, but it's also because I think it's gonna have some serious potential later on down the road. I feel like this is gonna be the future of virtual gaming. I have no doubt that Nintendo's gonna be making some really awesome virtual games for this, and it's not just gonna be like Virtual Boy type games where it's just one color and it has that it has that just that hologram um, graphic to it, whatever. No, because I mean, don't forget, guys, it's literally you taking the tablet itself, inserting it into it. The tablet is what's displaying that image or whatever. That's kind of replicating those old Virtual Boy games. But we know they can do much more than that. Recently, I was playing the Resident Evil 9 Rec Room game, and damn, does that look really freaking good on the handheld. I have not played it on a TV yet, and I got a really big TV, but I've been playing the game just in handheld, and I was like, holy freaking cow, this thing looks so good on just a handheld. I was like, wow, it looks like I'm almost watching a movie, like that beginning intro where there's that detective, that police lieutenant, whatever. He's walking in the police department or whatever, FBI agent, I don't know. And it cuts to Grace, the FBI agent, and like when they're talking whatever, I'm just like, wow, the details, like it looks like real life almost. And it's so funny because so many people were talking about Grand Theft Auto 6 and how good that looks and how it can't run on the Switch 2. Yeah, bull crap. If you play Resident Evil 9 Requiem on a Switch 2, you know damn well that there's absolutely no way that you can't get a game like GTA 6 running on it. So, but back to what I was saying, it's a Switch 2 tablet that is basically giving you the image of these old Virtual Boy games. So they have the tool is right there if they want to actually start making some virtual like VR games. Now it's not going to be the same as the Meta Quest where you can move your head around because this is a really big ass thing right here. No way you're going to be moving your head around with this. You kind of just put it on a kickstand and play it like that. But doesn't matter. You could still make some really cool, fun games. You can use the Joy Cons maybe to play, first person shooters like GoldenEye. Imagine if they remastered GoldenEye and have like a VR version of it. That would be so freaking awesome. But yeah, so there you go. A second Nintendo Switch 2. the Virtual Boy, this awesome 9-in-1 accessory kit. You guys let me know what you think. Do you plan on getting the Virtual Boy? Do you already have the Virtual Boy? Do you plan on getting a second Nintendo Switch 2? I would highly recommend it because you know what? We need to start playing video games with our friends again instead of just isolating ourselves and playing video games online. It's always good to just have friends come over or go over to your friend's place. But if friends are coming over and you have two Nintendo Switch 2s instead of one, then that just makes multiplayer, local multiplayer, all the more fun. Instead of doing the traditional split screen, people don't really want to do that anymore. But having, your own Switch 2 tablet is great, especially if you only have one TV. The Switch 2 is perfect because you have three or four Nintendo Switch 2s in your house and only one TV. Hey, everyone can play on each one. So, oh, it costs a lot of money. Yeah, sure, it does, but it's not something you can't afford. Trust me. Anyways, you guys let me know what you think about this in the comments below, about the Virtual Boy and all that, and I will talk with y'all later.